What up, crew? It's your boy The Pace here with another stadium walkthrough. Today we are taking a look at Toronto's World Cup stadium, BMO Field. Also known as home of Toronto FC in the MLS and the Toronto Argonauts of the Canadian Football League, but that's a different type of football. TFC will be playing the Vancouver Whitecaps today, so we'll get a game day view of the stadium with what it looks like given a year to go to the World Cup. I also wanted to make this video to serve as a preview of what to expect when visiting the stadium, give you gameplay views from different sections, a look at the current amenities, stands, and give you that game day experience overall. If you're here for one of the 6 group stage matches BMO Field will host during the 2026 World Cup and the one round of 32 match, I mean, you're a lucky person, you're going to get tickets. But wanted to give you that look and feel so you know what to expect if you haven't been to a game here at BMO Field before. The big one that everyone here is looking forward to is Canada's opening match at BMO Field on June 12th. There's a look at the big BMO Field screen overlooking the Gardiner Expressway. As we approach the field, BMO Field today looks like this. It's an open-air stadium with east and west stands. The south end holds a few rows, including the TFC and Canada team supporter sections, while the north end holds premium seating and bleacher seating. Current capacity for soccer games is currently at 27,980, but due to FIFA guidelines for stadiums hosting the group stage and round of 32 games, the minimum capacity is 40,000, so roughly 17,000 seats will be added to the north and south ends of the stadium. Right away, we see Gate 1 blocked off. Could this be due to construction? Possibly. That is actually one of the most prominent gates of the stadium. We're rocking the Toronto FC cap today, so allez les rouges. One of the cool features here at BMO Field is the Toronto FC Wall of Honor, which highlights iconic moments at BMO Field, including Toronto's MLS Championship in 2017, and some MLS honors with some of the stars of the past that have been voted into the MLS All-Star Game. And walking down this way, we're heading towards Gate 2, and likely the entrance of today's game, which is Gate 3, 4, 5, and 6. Toronto FC right now is in a bit of a rebuilding period. A lot of young talent on the field, given chances, given reps, and then of course you got Lorenzo Insigne. Here's a look at where Toronto is currently, and they're currently winless. Vancouver, on the other hand, top of the West. So it might be a bit of a tough game today, but we'll see if they could pull it out. Here's a quick look at the MLS fan code of conduct, which basically is just treat everyone with respect. If you're coming out of town, welcome to Toronto. You might be staying at Hotel X, which is right there, very close by, but a very high-end hotel. Lots of hotel options downtown with transit accessible. If you're coming from downtown, one of my favorite routes to take is from Union Station, taking the GO train to Exhibition Station, where BMO Field resides. It is also the intro to this video. Late August to early September as well, these are the CNE grounds, which is an annual event held in Toronto, Ontario, kind of like a carnival slash exhibition of small businesses. These are the grounds, and if you get a Toronto FC ticket, you get free entry to these grounds as well. All right, so we're just passing by Gate 3 here, and this is where most of the security check will take place. There is a bit of a clear bag policy here at BMO Field. And it looks like everyone is entering through this gate at the moment. I guess one thing to note about soccer or football games here in Canada in March, pending how the team is doing on the field, definitely less people in the crowds. Some of the prime time is definitely when it gets warmer in April or May. In the summer, BMO Field is packed. It's popping. So just giving you a look at the line here. It looks like there's also a line going to the very far end, which is gates 4, 5, and 6. But let's probably hop into this line and try to get in. And it looks like it's just one big curve. So yeah, let's get to the end of this line. And now we're going to take a look at the ticket prices for today's game. I just need one ticket, but it looks like the cheapest ticket you could get is $11. And that's for a pair of tickets on the 200 section. A couple hundred sections, which are the lower bowls, you could go for $14. And it looks like I got a toque. So I ended up getting one of those $18 tickets for the supporter section. And we're ready to go. So we're going to start off by looking at the East End lower stands at the lower level. Sections 100 to 110 and 128 to 134. There's also entry to the BMO Club here, which provides premium seating. Starting off, it looks like there's some food stands right away. The tap house, which is all beverages. Sections 110 to 111, and this is for the lower field. It's like some places to buy ice cream, popcorn, and yeah, look at those hot dog prices. $8.50 for a hot dog. But overall, this is pretty much comparable to most soccer stadiums or football stadiums I've gone to. Oh, here's a look at some of the food sections there. You can get mains from $8 for a veggie dog, $21 for a chicken burger. Drinks can go up to $10.99 for alcoholic beverage. Water is like $8. And there's a look at the BMO Club premium field side seating. You get those like race car type seats. And there's a real sports apparel booth. Jerseys can go up to $189 Canadian. Scarves are roughly around $40 to $50. There's a Mill Street Brewery. And it looks like to the left of us there were some water fountains, but those are currently covered up. And some more beer stands here. So definitely no shortage of food and beverage options as we scale the lower bowl area on the East End. And the West End doesn't really have this type of area. It's split in the middle bowl between the upper and lower floor, so we'll see that. Usually this part is accessible to walk around and walk through to the other side, but it's currently blocked off, so definitely a sign of some construction going on. So let's go up to the upper floors and see if we could get a bird's eye view of what's going on the covered end. And just to note, that was the north end that we were looking at. So the stairs will bring us to section 203 to 211, and also the executive lounge. If you have deep pockets for the World Cup, you could probably get one of those executive suites. And here are the fans filing in from Exhibition Station or Liberty Village area. And there's a look at some of the parking. The upper floor will bring us to 203, 211, but let's take a look at this current level. Another shot of the view here. Usually there would be like a bit of a, I guess like a supporters parade coming in, but I guess due to weather and attendance, that might be not happening at the moment. So there's another food stand right there. Similar prices. 2 below. There's a spot for spirits and hard liquors here. Mixed drinks, cocktails, more stairs. 50-50 draw. And this here is the King Club, which basically sells Budweiser and a ton of beers. Here's some photo op options with the big TFC logo. And TFC in big letters. And here's a bit of a mini shop on this floor. So there's a look at some of the scarf selections going on at the moment. And access to 2 elevators, if you are not a fan of taking the stairs. The elevators do also go to the executive levels and suites. Quick look at the shop. It's super busy at the moment, so good to see fans excited for the upcoming season. There's a panini section. Roughly $21 for a porchetta sandwich. I wish they brought back the porchetta frites though. That was my favorite menu item here. And it is on this level where you do have the frites section, so where they pretty much make many different types of poutines. Similar food and beverage stands that we saw from the East End lower bowl. And here is the frites section. So as you can see, bacon lovers poutine, jerk chicken poutine, barbecue brisket poutine. You just get a bucket of fries if you want. Solid food options there. And thank goodness the rain has stopped for now. And this stadium is definitely by the lake. That is the shot of Lake Ontario right there, with Budweiser stage in the distance. And Ontario Place over there. But the parking is quite extensive, so it is fairly decent. The only thing is that exiting the stadium is definitely a pain. One time it took me roughly an hour and a half to get out, and that's because there's 2, I guess, intersections or traffic lights covering both exits. Going along the lake shore and along the route that takes you towards Dufferin Street. So here's a look from the south end of what the pitch looks like. And today this is a look at the South End supporters section. So they definitely want you to stand for 90 minutes and cheer the whole time. There are multiple groups of supporters for Toronto FC, including the Red Patch Boys, U Sector, Kings of the North, Original 109, and Tribal Rhythm Nation. So these are sections 113, 114. And you start to see some of these accessibility seating areas, which are incredibly nice for viewing. And here's a big, giant statue of a hawk, the de facto mascot of Toronto FC, named Bitchy the Hawk. Bitchy was brought in to deter seagulls from BMO Field, which were attracted to the stadium's proximity to Lake Ontario and its food offerings. And the fans embraced the hawk afterwards. So here's the 116, 117 area. You can see some of the players starting to warm up for the game. We're still about roughly 40 minutes out to kick off. 117, 118 area right here. And this Chevrolet corner here, a bit more of a promotional area, but you could have some parties or groups here. Some warming stations there. The Chevrolet truck there. And the two logos of the occupants of BMO Field, the Argonauts and Toronto FC. Here we are at the West End stands. So these are interesting because you do have access to sections 119 and 127, which are lower bowl, but then you also get the 200 levels access. There's a washroom right there, and now a Real Sports Apparel here as well. And some pizza available here. Great dipping sauce, pizza, it's okay. Another hot dog stand, similar prices to the other side. But yeah, basically this mid-level bowl on both sides is pretty much the main areas to get your food and drink. And also serves as a main artery or like the accessibility to upper and lower floors, as well as stairs. And there is a bit of like an accessible hallway there. You might see some red doors to the left, or sorry, the right. Those are accessible to the suites in this side of the stands. Those will cost a pretty penny at the World Cup. You might be looking at maybe, I don't know, tens of thousands of dollars. So one thing that's cool about these stadiums too is, as I try to get my finger out of here, there's warming stations inside of the washrooms. So that's always good on cold days. There's another jersey shop there. And another food stand right here. And we're just passing by section 127. And this corner here, definitely a good spot for views. Sometimes there's promotional, activations going on. Last year Adidas was there. And that's a quick look over there at that blocked off section. So we'll try going to the 200 section and see what's going on there. Here's another look at people filing in. I would say that the entry into the stadium is fairly efficient, so kudos to the team on that. But we're back heading towards the East End stands, the middle floor. I guess some quick tips for easy entry. No big bags or very concealable like bags or purses. I guess outside food is sometimes questionable. But overall, it's always been fairly easy to get into the stadium. No huge issues there. And we're heading up towards the 200 section where we're going to access the East End Upper Bowl. So this will be sections 211 to 204 or 203. There is an entrance to the BMO Executive Suites, which is halfway through this staircase. And just another look at the full parking here. So you got some along the lake shore, and then the other exit goes towards Dufferin. Probably not expecting a huge crowd today because of the weather. Some washrooms. And here is section 209, 210. Some more pizza here. And if you're flying into Canada for some of the games, I would say pizza, garlic dipping sauce with, say, like a pepperoni slice, is a bit of an experience. Unless you're Italian and you don't believe in dipping sauce. There's the team store here where you can buy more jerseys, scarves, and merch. And more of the same food options for the most part. You can get paninis up here. Some Mill Street. Beverages. And there's some of the elevators right there. 2 East End elevators. And then we saw the 2 West End elevators earlier on the other side. So we've reached the end of this level here at BMO. And let's see if I could get you a quick view of what the field looks like from up here. There's another look outside the stadium. And this is from section 203 to 204. Of course, my ideal seating areas for a soccer match are on the sides. You can't go wrong with this view. And there's a look at some of the construction that's going on. So it looks like they are starting to prepare some of the materials for the upgraded stands. That'll be interesting to see how that progresses throughout the season. But overall, from this 203 to 204 section, that view is great. Pretty solid. Like, the players are not ants. You can see the play break down, if anything. There's a look at some of the premium seating on the north end, which is still accessible by tickets. A look at the supporters section. So, game's about to start. I'm gonna probably go for a jerk chicken poutine, and yeah, let's see how it is. Here's the poutine right there. Overall, looks pretty good, smells pretty good. Can't wait to dig in. This cost me roughly $16.99. And here's my seat. Section 113, row 4. Not a bad seat at all. I'm hoping the supporters are rowdy. There's one of the supporter stands. Usually a guy comes here, yells all the chants, the commands, kind of orchestrates the crowd here. But the view, not bad at all. It's like a FIFA end-to-end screen. Players are warming up. Just a couple more views of the supporter section here. So this is kind of like the pregame experience here. You get to see some warm-ups. The goalkeeper's going at it. Players just probably warming up with a little bit of passing and shooting drills. And we're roughly about, say, 25 minutes away from kickoff at this point. So I've dug into this poutine. Yeah, pretty good. Not bad at all. Definitely got a little bit cold fast given the fact that it's only 4 degrees out here, but I'll scarf it down. Here's the start of the game, or the starts of the player entrances. Here's our side of the supporters section right now. All right, it's pretty much game time. But yeah, like I said, games in March. Oh, 2 seconds into the game, and we pretty much have the red smoke coming out here. Someone's let out a smoke bomb. But yeah, let's see what this game entails, and hopefully TFC can come out victorious. Great defending there. Oh, that is... You know, the supporter section is not at full strength today. I mean, I guess given the weather, they're still going hard. You can hear them throughout the stadium, and it's been non-stop throughout. There's a look at some of the suites along the edges here on both ends. Okay, I did this for y'all because I want the real experience here to show you guys. During halftime, you gotta go to the washroom about maybe 5 minutes before halftime. It gets packed. Here's a view of section 123, which is Centrefield, and these tickets are probably gonna go for a pretty penny because, I mean, it's a great view and you can see both sides of the field quite easily. Now we're gonna go up these stairs and try to get you another view. This is section 223. Probably one of my favorite portions of the stadium because you can really see the play break down from up here. And there's the supporter section where I was earlier. Really solid seats, and most TFC games, this area is like under 30 bucks or about 30 bucks. So really not bad bang for your buck right here. You have to go up a bunch of stairs, but it is also covered just in case rain happens. Here's some gameplay view. So right away, you can kind of see that it's almost like a bird's eye view up here. You can see the formations of both squads, and it's pretty chill and quiet up here. No flags, no chanting. Very nice. Unlike, I'd say, like in the supporter section, you kind of only see like an end-to-end view, so you can't really see... I mean, you could kind of see people like break for a run or have a bit of an advantage, but you can see everything from up here. The only downside is that it is open air, so you do get a lot of wind coming your way, but there's a gardener. You can see some of those sections here where ads used to be. Mill Street still has its ad there. FanDuel used to be on the other side, and then they're Chevrolet. So I wonder if more sponsors will come by for the World Cup. And it looks like there's an injury on the field. Here's a view from the suite, and I had the honor of sitting here one time. I believe this is the suite from the West End side. And this is what the gameplay view looks like. So you get really comfy chairs, and there's Bernadeschi. Yeah. John Terrying a penalty. So back to my seat. Let's see how the rest of this game goes. I'm hoping they at least come out with a point, but then if it's a scoreless draw, I mean, it happens. Oh, here comes the smoke bombs. If you're going to be in the supporter section, expect a few of these to go off, especially during the World Cup. 87 minutes, 0-0. But it's been a cagey affair so far. Toronto FC has been pushing, but the Whitecaps have definitely had the ball more and more shots on goal. It's getting tense. 90+3. Toronto FC has just won a corner. What can Bernadeschi do from this angle? The atmosphere is electric, especially in the supporter section. What can he do here? Whips it into the box. Low ball. Oh. And it's kind of been like this all game. Able to get through the final third, but no real offense. And that's a throw-in. He's lining up like it's a corner. Yeah, that's a throw. All right, so the game's over. Finished 0-0, 0-0 as some would call it. And yeah, that's pretty much the end of the game. But yeah, I mean, it's a great experience. The club is clapping us out, clapping for the players as well. They put out a good effort, and they get their second point of the season. That's awesome. There's Bernadeschi giving his jersey to a fan out there. Gotta love it. Definitely come out. It's definitely more hype during the summer. I mean, of course, right now you're thinking of freezing rain outside here, so it's a bit emptier. But definitely the crowds are much better during the summer. But yeah, I mean, is this Stadium World Cup ready? I guess with the seats, a few upgrades, I mean, definitely for sure. I had the honor of going to the World Cup in Qatar, and I'd say this is comparable to Al Janoub Stadium, which, I mean, not by like architecture, but more so by the amount of seats that will potentially be here and the facilities. So overall, Toronto's got a world-class stadium ready to welcome y'all from around the world. All right, so that's pretty much it for this tour of BMO Field. I will be checking out other football stadiums or soccer stadiums as well. Hopefully some CPL ones as well. Looking at the York United Stadium as well as Forge FC in Hamilton. And see where else I could go, because yeah, I freaking love this game. So it's your boy, The Pace. Enjoy these views of me just walking out of the stadium. Have a good one. Peace.